Hi, it's been a while, but I'm here now. And today I'm going to talk about the latest episode of Anatomy and Sanity Season 4, the episode 4. And as you have seen from the thumbnail and title, I'm here to talk about Paper's and Poppy's relationship and how they reconciliated, kinda. But quickly before I talk about that, I just want to say that yes, that one shipping video that I've been talking about is still, I am still working on it. This is just going to be a quick video I can do before that, but that's on the works too. I also just want to add a little bit of a disclaimer that I am doing this video right after watching the episode, much like that one tennis ball video, and I just want to point out that much like that video, I might not agree with the points I make in this video, much like it was on that. That tennis ball video was terrible, man. I completely forgot a game-changing scene in that video, and I really don't want to make that mistake again, but right now I am doing it immediately after watching the video. So if I'm wrong about something I say here, just put it down in the comments. I'll put a disclaimer in the description if I say something dumb again. But without further ado, Paper and Poppy are friends now, kinda, and that infuriates me. Okay, so just to contextualize my point, I'm going to do a quick rundown on Poppy's and Paper's perspective on each other before this episode, just so everything becomes clear. Okay, so from Paper's perspective, there's this guy who murdered his boyfriend and he's traumatized. Everything eventually gets back to normal, but suddenly there's this other guy who looks like the guy who murdered your boyfriend, and now you're freaking out because of it. But after a day or two, you realize that he's not so bad after all, and that he's just another guy who happens to look like the guy who murdered your boyfriend. But that's until a set of elimination where the guy who actually did work for your boyfriend kidnaps him, and suddenly they're making contact with what seems to be other relatives, or at least other people who still work for the guy who murdered your boyfriend, and now you're freaking out even more. After that, others try to tell you that everything is okay, Poppy didn't mean to be kidnapped, that wasn't his intention, and that the whole him looking like cops, him making contact with others who seem to be relatives of cops, or at least still working for him, that's all coincidence, that's not his fault. Until you get confirmation from him himself, because of a video recording of him admitting that he wanted to make contact with the people who support the guy who murdered your boyfriend, so you freak out about it. But then your boyfriend comes in, tell you that you're crazy and that everything you're thinking about is not true, that you should trust each other and stuff, and then you don't even get to get rid of him. He's still around you in your presence because he got immunity. So right now you're competing right beside him on your team. As much as we like to talk about and joke about Paper being corny racist, he does have at least a bit of a reason to be scared of and kind of mad at Poppy. And now let's look through Poppy's perspective on all this. Okay, so imagine you just joined a group of strangers and playing some silly games because you thought it would be fun. But turns out literally everybody is scared of you because you kind of look like this one guy who murdered everyone, and they hate this guy so much that they literally just put his corpse out in the open for everyone to see him rot.
I hate you. We don't. Oh, of course not. You just hate that other corn cob, right? The one whose corpse you keep lying around in the open like it's a joke? Yay, he's dead. What am I supposed to think when I see that every day? I'm sorry I look like him, okay?
But anyways, eventually you do befriend almost everyone. You're kind of on good terms with everyone. That is until your best friend, which actually did work for Cubs, kidnaps you and tries to make you see a meeting with people who look like you, other corny people. You try to listen to what they're saying, but everyone is trying to end the little live stream thing, so their position, their location doesn't get found out. Eventually things escalate, and now your best friend is in handcuffs, and everybody thinks you're a accomplice. Especially this one guy who, at the very beginning, was the first one to be kind of racist towards you. And once that guy gets confirmation that you did try to make contact with the other people who look like you, he gets so mad he almost burns everything down. The only reason why you didn't get eliminated that much is because you got lucky and got immunity, but you saw everybody voting for you except for one person. Okay, now that we see the full picture of how they see each other, let's talk about the fact they are friends in the next episode, like anything happened at all. It literally felt like paper. In the next episode, they are literally just fine. Paper goes to Poppy and tells him that he's sorry. Poppy initially is very hesitant, but they kind of become friends then, and it's all solved. I mean, Poppy does like kind of insult him a few times, but that's just like jokingly banter between friends. It kind of looks like that, but like it's so fuck it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's there's no development. In one episode they hate each other, in the other episode they're just fine. This reminded me, of course, of a story arc that happened in an anime series not very long ago, which was the Balloon and Nickel plot, which was utterly stupid. I go a little bit more in depth about how I hate Balloon and Nickel as friends in the season 3 recap I made for this guy. So if you wanna check that out, just check it. But there's like almost no editing in that, so it's gonna suck, but anyways. But when it comes to Balloon and Nickel, at least they had some form of development. They had a few scenes that foreshadowing why they shouldn't really get along, why they shouldn't really be friends. They had some episodes dedicated to why they are falling out, why they aren't friends anymore. They had a few episodes of them actually being kind of rivals, not getting along with each other, and most importantly, they had a few episodes foreshadowing why they also want to be together again, why they want to reconnect and fix their friendship. Poppy and Paper didn't get any of that. As of right now, what it seems like is that they got this whole reason to be mad at each other. Then OJ just tells Paper to knock it off, then Paper actually accepts it, gets in his mind that Poppy isn't so bad after all, out of nowhere, and then asks Poppy to be friends, and the worst part, Poppy actually agrees with it. It's insane, but like, it's miles worse than what Balloon and Nickel got, and I thought that was a tragedy, what they did to them. As of right now, I think they are going to make Poppy and Paper have a complicated relationship where they are friends one time, but then they aren't anymore, that kind of stuff. Okay, one last thing before I end this video is that, yes, I did not like that Fan didn't die. So anyways, this is pretty much all I wanted to say. This is going to be a pretty short video, I'm sorry about that, but it was pretty much just to say all that. So subscribe if you like the channel, please like if you like this video, please comment too, it would be pretty cool to see your thoughts on this whole thing. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Bye.